There was 5 million people. So every household had to give a Passover lamb. So you're talking about 250,000 lambs that were going to be killed for the atonement of their sins. So they had these huge flocks. They had this tower that the men would they would stand up there and they would watch over all the sheep. It's a rough job. It was a rough job. They would watch over the flocks from above. And what they would do was every firstborn male lamb was considered holy and was set aside for sacrifice in Jerusalem. We talked about it. Sometimes the shepherds were born into this. This was an occupation. Sometimes there was generations of shepherds, and they would protect the lambs. They would protect them because it was a hilly, crevices and rocky area, so they'd make sure these lambs were okay. And what they would do is if a lamb was being born, they would wrap them tightly and swaddle the lambs. Not only would they swaddle them, they would use special temple cloth to swaddle the lambs. And after they would swaddle the lambs in this temple cloth, they would lay them in a manger, the lambs, to look over them to see if there was any blemishes. Sound familiar? They would examine them. And at a appointed time, they would separate the lambs from the blemished to the healthy one, to the unhealthy ones. And then they would lead them to Jerusalem, where people would purchase these lambs on the Day of Atonement, or Passover, and then they would sacrifice them. Let me read verse